Following the miniseries Waco from the Paramount Network in 2018, we're now looking at the legal ramifications after the fact. Let's talk about the Showtime miniseries Waco, The Aftermath. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for the Showtime miniseries Waco, The Aftermath. This aired earlier this year. This is a sequel miniseries to the 2018 Waco, which revolved more around what was going on at the David Koresh compound in Waco, Texas. And this all happened in the early 90s. I remember it well. I was in probably high school when all of this happened. So I sort of knew what the story was with that. And I actually never watched the Waco miniseries. I didn't have cable, so, you know, Paramount Network was really not on my radar. But what's interesting is you don't really have to have seen that or even know much about what happened to enjoy this, because it does catch you up with flashbacks and whatnot. So before I launch into the specifics of it, though, let me welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding my video. We do movie and TV reviews here on the channel. I try to post something new every single day, so a lot to check out for you. At least 5 or 6 videos a week go up, if not more. So please consider subscribing or just like this video or comment below. All that stuff, of course, does help the channel out, and I appreciate it. All right, so this has a really star-studded cast. We do have a few people reprising their roles from the original miniseries in the more government FBI department, and that includes Michael Shannon, Shea Whigham, and John Leguizamo. And then you also have Kenan Johnson, who plays David Koresh in flashbacks. He was played in the original miniseries by Taylor Kitsch of Friday Night Lights fame. But this is a slightly younger version of the character, of the person. He's not a character. He was a real person. But Taylor Kitsch is on as an executive producer of this. So he does still have sort of his input involved. But I was kind of unfamiliar with Kenan Johnson, but yeah, he portrays like the mid-20s age era of David Koresh. So if you're unfamiliar, this was a huge cult back in the 90s in Waco, Texas. The Branch Davidians, they were called. And at the end of it, basically, there was a huge standoff for quite a while between the Branch Davidians and the FBI, and many FBI agents and government people were murdered by the Branch Davidians. So this sort of takes on the legal aftermath of those events. And Giovanni Ribisi plays sort of the head lawyer here, who is really, an amalgamation of many, many people, because there was a whole huge team of lawyers for these people. But he is basically representing the Branch Davidians themselves, and sort of making the case that, okay, yes, maybe they did kill these people, these FBI agents, these government agents, whatever, but they were brainwashed by Koresh and the cult and all of that, so let's let them off the hook. So this miniseries presents a couple of interesting challenges, because we really have to sort of go all in on this idea that, okay, yes, they killed government officials, but it's not their fault. They were, corrupted. They were brainwashed, et cetera, all the things I already said. And that is a tricky one, because I am not positive how I feel about that. And so as a result, you get this show where it's like, okay, I don't know if I want these people to necessarily win or lose the case. I think of this more, though, this is where it's really intriguing for me, as just sort of a commentary on the legal system, the government system, and all of that kind of stuff with the courtroom stuff, because we do see a lot of, interesting techniques at play here, both, from Giovanni Ribisi and opposing counsel and the judge. And so that is all sort of interesting to watch as it unfolds. However, this also tries to tackle too much at once, because there's also this side story of the Michael Shannon character, who has really nothing to do with the legal case. He was a huge part of the original Waco miniseries. Michael Shannon plays him, like I said, and his character is basically looking into, future events like this and how to kind of prevent them. And so Timothy McVeigh becomes a character. He is the Oklahoma City bomber, which happened a couple of years after the Waco thing. And, I remember that very clearly as well. I think I was still in high school when that happened, or maybe in college by then. But so that becomes sort of a thread onto itself. I'm not sure it was as compelling because it's mostly scenes of Michael Shannon's character just kind of pleading for the funding to continue kind of researching and seeking things out and whatever. But it was certainly an aftermath of the Waco stuff. So I feel like you probably should include it. But then now, do we get a third series down the line? Waco, the aftermath, or something. But no, in that one, you would have Michael Shannon reprising his role again, and really diving into the background of Timothy McVeigh and all that kind of stuff. Here, it's sort of ancillary, but it was certainly an aftermath of Waco. I mean, Koresh, went down to Waco as the standoff was happening and passing out pro-gun literature and all of this. So he was in that, but I just don't think it was necessary for this, because there's only 5 episodes of this, and I watched all 5. And I do feel like maybe it's not long enough of a miniseries to necessitate diving into that portion of it as well. So definitely a bit of a mixed bag here for me, because ethically, I'm not sure how I feel, where I sort of fall on that line with the people on trial here. But also, I think they're trying to stuff a little too much into this, and and then you throw the background stuff in. The background stuff is nice for those that did not watch the Waco miniseries or that are not familiar with that. So I appreciated the flashback stuff, but again, it does eat up more time. So for a 5-episode miniseries, and these are all 43, 45-minute episodes. They're not the full-on hour-long. So probably end to end, it's only about 4 hours, of content here. But the acting is superb. You would expect that with some of these real pros here, like Shannon, Giovanni Ribisi, John Leguizamo. So the acting is certainly far from the problem. It's just a little bit mixed in many, many other areas, and tonally as well. But it is an interesting look, certainly, at the legal system in this country and the government in this country, and problems that maybe are still affecting us, 30 years on. So that is certainly interesting. I believe Waco, the Aftermath, with a C. And you can check out all 5 episodes of this streaming now on Showtime or on the many platforms Showtime's a part of, Hulu, Paramount Plus, whatever. So, all right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Dan Reviews It. Bye.